Namaskar and welcome to Apollo 24/7's Health Hour. This is a show where we bring you experts to take care of your health. Well, we've been bringing you medical experts across the country of Apollo experts from across the country to talk about your health. But today's episode is going to be a very special and a very important episode where we talk about health insurance. Well, we all fear and fret about health and how the finances are going to matter. The financial aspect of any health management is very crucial, and that's where health insurance is going to help us. Today's show, we're going to talk everything about A to Z of health insurance. We're bringing you an expert with a great experience. On the show, we also have a health quiz where you can win health credits from Apollo 24/7. Also, we give away discount vouchers and coupons, so stay with us towards the end. And if you have any questions or queries, you must be watching this on YouTube channels, the social media platforms. But if you have a question to be answered, you want us to answer your question, jump on to the YouTube chat and type your question there. I shall take up and post this question to our expert. चलिए आज के टॉपिक के बारे में मैंने बता दिया. Let me introduce you our expert for today. Today we have Mr. Shomik Banerjee, who is an insurance specialist, and proudly I introduce you as India's one of the best insurance specialists and advisor, who has more than 22 years plus of experience in the industry, who's a founding member and the CMO of Apollo 24/7. He's been with the industry, the insurance industry, since the inception of private insurance companies in India, and is a pioneer in shaping the course of specialized health insurance. So here's Mr. Shomik. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Namaste. Thank you.
Namaskar. So, Mr. Shomik, I'm so excited to see you today because I've been reading all about you and your career. You started your career as one of the first employees when India's private insurance started with Apollo Munich, and then you started, after 10 years, you moved on to Aegon, then you built Reliance, and then you were back here with Apollo 24/7 as a second employee. You built the entire network you got into our hands, and it's so wonderful to see you building something newer, bringing health insurance with other services very shortly to Apollo 24/7. I'm so excited about this.
Thank you so much. It's indeed a pleasure. Healthcare is never complete without the affordability part of it. So insurance has a very important role to play. I'm happy I had been a part of this space for long.
Great. So while we generally talk about health, the how you take care of your health, I always believe that while you talk about and take care and maintain your health, it's important to maintain a healthy financial management to take care of your health. Hence, health insurance is very, very important. But do you think India has enough awareness, or has enough? Have we talked enough and guided enough?
देखिए health you have to be very lucky in your life to not go to a hospital ever. It has to be super lucky, right? It cannot happen that uh, you will not go to a hospital.
नहीं ऐसा तो हो ही नहीं
Even if
सकता.
nothing happens, right? Even if nothing happens, you have to go to the hospital to bring your child home at least. 50% of Indian hospitalization happen for maternity. So
Yes.
financial part of healthcare is very important because we can keep on creating quality healthcare infrastructure, but if people don't have the affordability, right, then the loop doesn't get closed. And I think insurance plays a very important role to do that. If you go back to the history, like in 2006, till 2006, health insurance was not taken very seriously because the hospitals was not having digital integration, the data was not clear. But after the hospitals got integrated and the data is clear, I think insurance companies really did very well, right? And I think at this point in time, India do have decent amount of coverage. It was far worse when we started, but long way to go. Long way to go. A lot of innovations to see.
Yes. So, the questions which are coming up in the chat box, I can see that people have started to warm up and ask questions. While I take, yes, Seema Khatun, you can go and ask your question. आपको कुछ doubt है तो पूछ लीजिए. I have India's best insurance expert sitting with me. Even if it is the smallest doubt, please go ahead and ask, because no doubt is small or big. ठीक है? Go ahead and ask. So let me ask you, when I say that इंश्योरेंस खरीदना ही है मुझे, पता नहीं कब क्या आ जाएगा, तो इंश्योरेंस तो मुझे सेव करेगा, बट हाउ मच, हाउ डू आई अंडरस्टैंड हाउ मच इज इनफ फॉर मी? इज देयर अ टूल और अ टेबल टू कैलकुलेट?
So, like any other product in this world, right? How much is as much as you can, but how much should be sufficient or good enough is the question, right? See, the problem with
Yeah.
insurances in India is that it was always sold, it was pushed. So, when anything is pushed, when your parents ask you to study, push to study, you don't like. Well, it's a very good thing for you, right? But insurance
Yeah.
is similar. Now, I think with time, things are changing. We do see people understands the need of it. The thumb rule is that between the age of 20 and 30, you should start somewhere with a 10 to 15 lakh cover. As
Okay.
you change your family structure, you have you get married, you have an extended family, or you have a parents to take care of. You have to adequately keep changing your cover to a higher sum insured. There are hacks to do it. It's not that you have to spend a lot of money. We'll talk about how to get a very good cover and not spending too much money, and that's important. I think there are a lot
Yeah.
of hacks in this way to make sure you're adequately insured at a decent amount of
Yeah.
expenditure. But as much cover as you can buy is good for you. There's no end to it.
ठीक है, तो मुझे वन आई अंडरस्टूड दैट हाउ मच वन शुड बाय इज नेवर one, it never stays at one figure at any point of your given life, so it differs. So this is what I've understood
It
from what you
differs with
said. Now there's a,
it
yeah,
differs.
sorry.
It differs with the family structure. It differs with type of chronic ailments your family might have or has, because lot of our ailments and medical conditions are linked to our family. So you have to
Great.
keep all of them into consideration and take a decision.
Right. So I have one question, which is a registered users question here, which I see: which age is the right age to buy insurance?
91 days after you're born. Because for the first 91 days, no insurance company covers you. That's a challenge.
Oh,
But after the
okay.
91st day, you should have. Now, to answer the question, that's a fact. You need to get insured every time in your life. But as a adult, when we start earning, what is the time? I think you should always stay insured, because as you grow old, you manifest medical conditions, and when you have medical conditions, it becomes very tough to get a cover. So you should always have a cover at a very young age, so that you get a holistic cover, your waiting periods are taken care of. So when you need the most, you have things to help it out, right? You can keep on increasing the cover size, you can increasing the number of people in the plan. I'll share some hacks how you can actually uh, get a much higher cover at a older age, and pay less. So those things can be done. But when do you should start buying insurance? 91 days.
Great. So one quick question from my end, because I understand life insurance and health insurance are calculated very differently. The needs and everything is very different. But as my life insurance comes with a price, the premium varies according to the age at entry. Does health insurance also have certain amounts of entry points and the premium variations?
See how health insurance operates is every age has got a different risk, because globally, if you see, insurance connects the risk together and shares, right? That's the insurance concept. Now, at every age, the risk of a person or the amount of money that a person might need for hospitalization changes. But what generally insurance companies do is they band ages. For example, they take 25 to 30, 30 to 35, 35 to 40, 40 to 45,
Acha.
and they try to calculate the risk or the expenditure that's each segment of people doing. Based on that, they price it. So, unlike life insurance, here the entry price definitely depends on the age, but also the premium do change and rise as you change the age brackets, and that's a
Right.
never-ending process. So, for example, it's a yearly contract, where a life insurance is not a yearly contract; it's a lifelong contract. So that's the basic difference. Health insurance is always a yearly contract. It's a
Correct.
contract of saying that this year, if you have a medical emergency, I will take care of the financial expenditures. It's a contract.
That's it. Right. Wonderful. So thanks for giving the clarity here. One of our very regular viewers, Rakshak, has already joined us, and he always makes sure that he asks right questions to the right expert. Rakshak, I like your question, and here's his question: how many types or varieties of health insurance are there in the current insurance market? And please bring out the relevance and differences with pros and cons. I know he's asked a big question here, but I think it's a
Very
very
good
important
question.
question. Yeah.
Very good question. Because long back when we launched Apollo Munich in 2006, uh, we went to the people and they all felt just confused, right? And we had a tagline called "Let's uncomplicate." And for 10 years, we always wanted to uncomplicate health insurance because it's not complicated. It's a simple thing. It's a yearly contract. I underwrite your age. If you fall sick, if you need hospitalization, I'll take care of you. It's simple as that. Why do you have to have so much of variants and this and that? It actually confuses people, and that's why it needs to be pushed to sale. Now, I forgot our viewer's name, Rikesh, right? So the question is very good. The question is, what are the three different types or two different types? Look, there are only two types of insurance at this point in time. The third one can come, but it's yet not done. The first one is called indemnity cover. What does indemnity mean? That means I indemnify your risk.
Acha.
Because you're living a life, you have a risk of falling sick. As an insurance company, I indemnify. I say that okay, no problem. If you fall sick and if you expenditure, I will take care of it. It has only has a upper limit. Whatever is your spend till then, that's the sum insured people say, right? So in the indemnity cover, which is the health insurance, we generally say, it says that if you have to go to a hospital and you have to take a student treatment, whatever cost you incur till that limit, I will take care of it. That's insurance company's indemnity. That's a general health insurance plan. You can,
Right.
I think there are 31 companies in this country which provides that. There are five standalone health insurance companies, Sahi. The rest, 26 of them are general insurance. You can buy from anyone. Everyone has that cover.
Right.
Then there are
Right.
two other cover, which is also there, which is called fixed benefit cover. Fixed benefit cover can happen on an incidence. It is always on an incidence. If this happens, I give you this. For example, there are a lot of cancer plans. There are a lot of accident plans, right? Which says that if cancer happens to an X, you will get 10 lakhs. It's only binary, yes or no. There is no indemnity. There's no in between. Or I say, I give you a 1 crore accidental death benefit. If an accident
Correct.
happens and you die, you get 1 crore. If you do not die, you get nothing. It's a binary, right?
Right.
Suppose your product is a temporary disablement. Like if you suppose you suppose not you, but suppose Mr. X falls is unfortunate to have an accident and loses one limb, and if it cannot walk, it's called total temporary disablement. So if that happens, you get this. So it's an incidence. So that's an incidental cover. It has got nothing to do with how much you actually spend. You might spend 50 crore in cancer, but you'll get only 10 lakhs because that's what is covered. It's a one shot.
That's,
The
yeah.
third one stays between the two, which is again a fixed benefit cover, but depends on the it's mostly called hospital cash. So when you are at the hospital, you have a lot of expenditure, right? You have to take a taxi to the hospital, eat food there, buy a pillow to sleep outside the emergency. So there's a lot of expenditure that happens. So insurance doesn't cover those things, right? So you have got
Right.
a product called hospital cash, very short ticket product, not expensive, which gives you a certain amount of money every day you are hospitalized. Suppose you are in hospital for 15 days, it'll pay you 2,000 every day, 30,000 rupees you'll get, which is basically take care of your incidental expenditures. It's called hospital cash or hospi cash. So these are three predominant insurance that we can find. The fourth one, which I was saying, and I'm very bullish about because I've been seeing this industry for last so many years, I'm sure it will come, which is called OPD. Because
Acha. Outpatient, you mean to
80% or
say.
70% of our expenditure happens when we go and buy paracetamol or see a doctor, right? No insurance companies cover that. I think it is not covered because the transparency of data is not available, but I think it's very much round the corner. And as an insurance, someone who stayed with this sector for long, I clearly believe it is just round the corner.
Wonderful. That's some kind of positive sign there. One interesting question here. Sharanu Varad. Sharanu is asking which insurance company is the best in the country. Kindly suggest. My question always is there. How do I shop? While I have so many brands selling the same kind of product, why do I need to pick and choose a brand?
You know, everyone buys a brand. The rich people buys a brand for vanity, and poor people buys it for security. But everyone buys a brand, right? Now,
Right.
now in health insurance, when you're buying, there are two challenges. I think when I speak to our people, I face, right. One is price the most important thing because it's a virtuous buy. I'm buying it for the family. 500 रुपया इधर उधर अच्छा है या it's okay to spend 500 rupees for a big brand, but what will the big brand give is the question, right? I think what the big brand or the people who are in this space and wants to do is their understanding of the space, right? So, for example, if a hospital company, he understands how the expenditure happens, but think about a auto company who makes
Hmm.
motorcycles. How will they know what will happen in the hospital? So they look at our insurance in a very transactional tool, right? So it is, I think, it is advisable to work with people who have a healthcare background because they will have a different empathy, different understanding, right? It's not transactional. It's not that they're standing with a blindfolded in their eyes. They will understand the need because there's lots of things between the lines. So I would always suggest that I'm not saying anyone is bad. They all have an equal intent. They all are very good, but healthcare space is little different. It has to do a lot of empathy, and I'm telling it from being an Apollo. We need to understand that when someone needs this cover or this support, they're in a very bad state of mind. It's that is
Yeah.
the loved ones, family is challenged, and so that empathy is critical. But there are a few things you need to keep in mind. I think I'll store it for it. I'm sure someone will ask the question. What are the things you keep in mind to buy an insurance? I'll take it when you
Yes,
ask.
sir. Yes, yes. So quickly, Shivanshi or Shiva, she or he, they are asking this question. Does Apollo 24/7 provide insurance too? So, while Apollo being the name for health and healthcare sector, so do you also provide insurance?
Apollo had an insurance company called Apollo Munich, which is now called HDFC Argo. But I think Apollo intend to solve the insurance needs rather than becoming another insurance player. I think how Apollo looks at it is that there is a affordability and accessibility are the two most important challenge in healthcare. Ki, will I have an access to a doctor? Will I have access to the medicine? Will I have access to the treatment? And then if I have an access, how will I pay? These are two things, right? If we can really solve these two things together, we can have a positive impact on the people. So Apollo 24/7 is working to make sure that every users of Apollo 24/7 is not only given the best access to healthcare, data, medicines, diagnostics, tests at home, but also the affordability part of it. So we are working towards something. You should be very happy if you are a user of Apollo 24/7. Check it out on Friday, the coming Friday. You will have something fantastic we are creating where we are not trying to make an insurance, but you're trying to solve the affordability issue that is there with healthcare, and it will be very surprising and great. So these are.
या ठीक है। विनय नायक जी, जो आप पूछ रहे हैं कि थोड़ा हिंदी में बात करें, आप आपका क्वेश्चन हिंदी में पूछ लीजिएगा, सो दैट वी कैन एड्रेस योर क्वेश्चन। थोड़ा इधर उधर हिंदी में हम बात भी कर लेंगे, बट predominantly for reaching out to larger population, we are sticking to English today. It's easy for terms and terminologies as well. But आपका क्वेश्चन आप पूछ लीजिए, हम हिंदी में आपको आंसर दे देंगे। ठीक है सर। There's next question. What does Apollo Insurance cover? Jnanendra ji, I think we will not what we've as Mr. Shomik has just explained. Everything is coming out very soon. I don't think you have enough information to share on this platform yet. Rupak Baidya, इनका question
I
है,
will
we
try
can
to
get insurance.
sorry
Yeah,
sorry Jhansi.
please go ahead.
Sorry to stop you. I wanted to answer his question a little bit. Sorry for that to stop you.
No problem, please go ahead.
Apollo, coming this Friday, we at Apollo 24/7, we went around and made the best insurance that our users can get in India. We made a plan for our users, only our users. It's only for Apollo 24/7 users. It's not for anyone else. It's only for Apollo 24/7 users. And we will start
Okay.
to give this only to our circle members who believes in us, who works with us. This uh, so we have created the plan where just to give you two price points for a 35-year-old, we are trying to find a way if we can get the best health insurance cover for less than 6,000 rupees.
Wow.
Because that's where, but yet the best plan that I can get. So I'm trying to build a plan for my users. Second, we are trying to see that a lot of people of ours, a lot of our viewers and users have corporate plans. They have got 2 lakh, 1 lakh, 3 lakh plans, and they all know that it's not sufficient. How can we help people to extend that 3 lakh plan to a 10 lakh or a 15 lakh or 20 lakh at a very nominal price? It should be a Diwali gift
Wonderful.
24/7 to its users.
I'm a circle member and I'm looking forward. I love insurance. I love
Fantastic.
financials. Yeah. So
Oh, I'll share
I'm
with you
looking
first.
forward. यस 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 थैंक यू विनय नायक जी जरूर जो भी इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक होगा हम हिंदी में जरूर बता देंगे अब से मैं थोड़ा सा सर से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी कभी कभी हिंदी के शब्द भी यूज कर ले ही इज बीन कंटिन्यूअसली आस्किंग
But they have to pardon my bad Hindi. मेरा हिंदी उतना अच्छा
जी
नहीं होगा, but I'll try to explain.
ठीक है थैंक यू सो मच शौमिक जी तो शौमिक जी हियर इज अनदर इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन ऑफ somebody has an insurance. This is a registered users question. How do I expand my individual cover to full family? Can I do that?
Yes, you can. Any insurance policy or any insurance, mostly the insurance plans will come with different variants. One is one adult or two adult. Like when you get married, you want to attach your wife to the policy. It is called family floater, which means suppose Mr. X has got a 10 lakh cover when he was not married, and now he pays 5,000 rupees for, so 10,000 rupees for 10 lakh cover. Now Mr. X gets married, he wants to add his wife into the policy. What he can do is he can request the insurance company for an endorsement. By that endorsement, that 1 lakh policy for one individual will be made into a family floater, where a small amount of money he needs to pay, but the wife will also be a part of the same plan. They can share the 10 lakh rupees. When
Acha.
someone has a child in the family, they can endorse the child also. The same cover can be used by everyone. A very small nominal amount needs to be paid, very small. So the any policy generally goes by 1A, 2A. A means adult. 1A, 1C, 2A, 1C, 2A, 2C, 2A, 3C. So you can actually start increasing members in a plan as you go. But remember, the pricing of that floater plan depends on the eldest member. So when you are putting your parents with you, it may not be the best decision because you will start paying the premium of your parents for yourself too. So please make sure when you're making a family floater, the age of the people who are joining should be very close to each other, very similar. You can
Right.
attach your kid. Child premium is not high, but if it's adult over 18 years, the age should be very similar. Otherwise, it will be inefficient.
So here I think Krishnan Subbaraman's question becomes very important. Krishnan Subbaraman ji is also a regular viewer here. What do you suggest as an insurance for senior citizens?
Sir, everyone who's not a senior citizen, please don't wait for becoming one. It is extremely tough to buy one, and it's extremely tough for insurance companies also to pay to give one. We believe that there are a lot of people who are good health, even at 60, 65, 70. God bless them, and we really pray for them. But we all acknowledge, right? There'll be a set of people who have very high claims, and a small set of people for high claims actually increases the price for the entire group. And also, insurance companies become very stringent while underwriting this risk. But having said that, there are few companies or few plans in this country which did well even after 60. I think all of them has now started to increase the minimum entry age at 65 or 68 or 70. So you can go for Niva Upa, you can go for Care. They all have 65. But I think there's one plan from Star Health which catered to and solved a lot of our senior citizen problems, which is called Red Carpet. I think which is there in this country. You can always look for. It has got a co-payment, but it's a nice plan for people who don't have our insurance. The
Right.
other hack
So,
is the other hack is for senior citizen is if you have a good health, if you are in good health, and if you are a part of a bank or a financial institution or Apollo 24/7 like sort of a platform, you can actually go for a plan which they offer because it's a group chassis. In a group plan, you might get better rates because of your good health.
right. I wanted to ask you, that's a very important thing. Has anything to do with my kind of maintenance of health? If I am as an individual, am more proactive, taking care of my health, managing my risk factors really very well. Do I get some kind of validation or support or benefit in the insurance field?
You will look so good if you do that. but but in insurance, at the entry stage, your good health is very important, right? It's
Correct,
very very
correct.
important. But as you covered the first 3 years of pre-existing, honestly, keeping good health is not so much uh, incentivized in our country. There are a lot of companies globally which has built up plans that if your health management is better, we give you more discount and you're going to get a better rates. I think it is because of the data and because of the transparency. It's still not so prevalent in India, but going forward, I clearly see a road track where if you really exhibit that I have managed my diabetes better or I managed, so which is also called disease management solutions. If you do those things and connect with financial tools, you should be getting a better results. But at this point in time, ma'am, it's only at the entry age. But you should stay well, as I said. Right? There's
Of
no,
course,
you
yeah.
do not do it for an insurance premium. You do it for your life.
ग्रेट सो हमारे हिंदी व्यूअर्स के लिए जो हम बात कर रहे थे, आप सीनियर सिटीजन बनने से पहले इंश्योरेंस जरूर खरीदिएगा। एज आपका एज बढ़ते जाएगा, आपका इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी मिलना और प्रीमियम का प्राइसिंग सब वेरी हो जाता है। सो इट्स बेटर टू गेट एन इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी अर्ली ऑन। ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको मिलेगा नहीं, मिलेगा, पर आपको प्रोडक्ट्स कम होते जाएंगे। दैट्स व्हाट मिस्टर शौमिक हैज सेड। So next question is very important. Catch all इनका age, gender, नाम कुछ भी मुझे दिया नहीं है इन्होंने, but two important questions they have placed here on the platform. Are there any plans in India for condition management like diabetic care, which also covers OPD costs? And the second query is long-term insurance care, is it same as critical illness riders offered by health insurance companies? Would you want me to repeat the second query?
Yeah, can you repeat the second query?
Is long term care insurance same as critical illness riders offered by health insurance companies?
Okay, yeah. I'll try to answer one by one. Very good question. This is the new complexity that will be added, which is called disease management, right? So there are three types of people. One who is chronic or acute, right? Who is having a very strong disease condition, for example, diabetic or cardiac or cancer or something. So that's one segment of people. The second segment of people is who is not having a great lifestyle. They can have or they have someone in the family, and but they're fit at the moment. The first one is
Right.
who is absolutely fit, who has got no challenge. Now, any insurance company love to take the first one, takes the
Correct?
second one, but but takes the second one with a lot of underwriting, make you do health test, complete, all these things. But no insurance company wants the last part because
Correct.
insurance is a matter of probability, right? It's a pooling of risk. The risk on the third one is very, 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 very high. But having said that, like a healthcare company like us, right? We believe we can create impact. We believe that we can actually take care of those segment of people, work with them closely, because we have doctors, we have healthcare facilities, we have medicines, we have every possible know-how in the world, and we have technology, right? We have working on diabetes, and if you go to Apollo 24/7, there's a beautiful diabetes management tool where all you have to do is just to add the value, which we
Yes.
are also solving. Going forward, you're solving that also, where without the value will come automatically. We can actually help you manage your disease, right? And I
I
personally, is diabetics is
appreciate
something
this
that's very.
platform. Sorry, Shamik, to interrupt you, but I must sincerely appreciate the team effort of Apollo 24/7 of putting efforts, bringing everything possible for COVID, the information, the tools, and the diabetic tools. I must say that there's such a great boon for the users. I myself have benefited. There were times which were challenging, and you made it easy for all of us. Thank you on behalf of the entire user fraternity.
Well, thank you so much. It's such a great motivation for our entire team. I'm sure our teams, Madhu and everyone is listening, and I'm sure we'll all be very motivated. Yes, we are. We want to create a positive impact, and I think it's our responsibility also as a group, right? We
Right.
were the first one in the country to create this healthcare paradigm shift, and we believe that Apollo has that added responsibility to make sure to take care of the third segment of people who are challenged. Now, one type of financial plans that exist for this third segment, not much in India till, but globally, which is managed care and long-term health plan. For example, I know I was one of my friend was running a company in out of Hong Kong, where they only underwrite someone who is diagnosed with a cancer, and
Acha.
they make sure, and they have 100% strike rate. If they underwrite a risk, they don't let that person die for till he's with it. They have got 100% strike rate. So first of all,
Wow.
the way they underwrite the risk, they underwrite the risk, which is good, but they all have cancer, and they make sure the global ecosystem works together to make that person get the best treatment, be the doctor, be the treatment, be the medicines, and so those things, I think, will carve more as the demand grows in India. India, we still have a little younger population, but managed care, disease management, financial solutions, OPD, all them are very will be a reality in a very short run, because the the pharmacy stores, the doctors, they are now getting connected through internet. So the data is flowing. Once the data starts flowing, you can underwrite the risk. That what exactly happened in hospital. When the hospital made their systems computer based and they had technology, people could insurance could go and confidently say that I will underwrite the risk. Once the doctors, the medicines, the Apollo 24/7, because we all know who is buying what medicine and which prescription, there's no fraud. Once we get the fraud out, we can do financing.
Great, Mr. Shomik. I must say that Apollo 24/7 is leading and the pioneer in getting all of these together, all services on one platform. Great. So, next question is from Rupak Baidyar. We can get insurance very easily in this country, but the matter is raised when we are gonna claim it in a hospital. All right, I think he's asking about the claim. My point is, how can we easily claim during the treatment? Well, while we all buy, insurance is a subject matter of solicitation. ये तो छोटे अक्षर में लिखा जाता है. But claim के बारे में, what do you have to say, and what are the precautions that one has to take?
Beautiful question, the most important question, because insurance is the business of paying claims, right? So in insurance, the business is to pay claims. Ma'am, there are two types of mindsets we have in this country or globally. One who underwrites at the claim stage. सो
अच्छा.
अंडरराइटिंग का मतलब है कि मैं रिस्क लूं या नहीं लूं, मैं आपको इंश्योरेंस दूं या नहीं दूं, ये जो डिसीजन है, द डिसीजन टू गिव इंश्योरेंस और नॉट टू गिव इंश्योरेंस, वी कॉल इट अंडरराइटिंग. So a lot of insurance companies underwrite at a claim stage. They give everyone the cover कि आ जाओ, फॉर्म फिलअप करो, ले जाओ, टेक द पॉलिसी, इट्स योर्स. When you
Right.
go to the claim, when they see that whatever you written at the policy, was it right, wrong, was it a risk, and if they find adverse, they refund the money and say, I can't give you claims. It was most predominant before. It has come down for sure. It's a big menace to the industry. I think one should always go to this company who makes your entry into insurance tough. When you are buying the insurance, if they're asking 50 questions, if they're taking a health test and all, it always specs better when you're buying
Correct.
from an
Yeah.
insurance company. Now, there are few
Right.
platforms like banks or even 24/7. If they go and build the insurance for their customers or users, they will always hedge that risk and pay. So there you don't have to worry because there they do it on a group basis. So they say that some people will be wrong, some people will good, it will average out. So either you buy from intermediary or if you are going to insurance company, make sure you choose the insurance company who makes your entry tough because they
Oh,
will not make your life tough at the hospital. They will make your
that,
claims very easy at the hospital. That time when you're buying the insurance, you're much fitter, much happier. When you're at the hospital, you're not. So please choose the company who makes it tough when you're fine.
I love that advice that you have given. तेलुगु में हमारा एक saying है कि आदि निष्ठुरम is better than Antya Nishturam. I hope you understand what I've said.
Get it?
So
Yeah.
it's yes. So it's wonderful. That's a great advice. तो पहले ही आप फिल्टर कर दो ताकि आप आराम से बैठ सके. तो विनय नाइक जी जो हिंदी में पूछ रहे थे उनका क्वेश्चन ये है सर मुझे ये समझाइए एग्जाम्पल देकर कि अगर मैं एक पॉलिसी खरीदता हूँ तो पॉलिसी कब एक्टिवेट होती है इसका समय कुछ होता है क्या?
सर, इंडियन इंश्योरेंस एक्ट में एक क्लॉज है, उसका नाम है 64 VB, जिसका which talks about कि कब आपका पॉलिसी खरीदने के बाद एक्टिवेट होता है. उसमें ये दिया जाता है कि अ, जिस मोमेंट में आपके पैसे इंश्योरेंस कंपनी को हिट किया, इट कैन बी अ चेक, डिमांड ड्राफ्ट, पेमेंट गेटवे इंस्ट्रक्शन, वेन एवर यू गिव द फाइनल इंस्ट्रक्शन, जिस मोमेंट में हिट करता है उस मोमेंट से इंश्योरेंस लागू होता है. इट्स कॉल्ड 64
अच्छा.
बीबी. और इफ यू हैव चोजन अ फ्यूचर डेट, इन दोनों में से अगर आपने फ्यूचर डेट चूज किया तो उस डेट से होगा. जैसे आपके पास पॉलिसी है 25 तारीख तक महीने का, तो आप 22 तारीख को खरीद रहे हो, तो 3 दिन का पॉलिसी आप क्यों वेस्ट करोगे? सो इसे 25 से ही लेंगे. बट अगर आपके पास पॉलिसी नहीं है और आप ही से अब जिस मोमेंट में आपके पैसे इंश्योरेंस कंपनी की अकाउंट में हिट करेंगे उसी मोमेंट से पॉलिसी शुरू होती है.
Acha. So there are certain policies which mention that there are certain ailments or illnesses or emergencies, surgeries which cannot be covered in these periods. You got a waiting, जो आपको wait करना पड़ता है. ये क्या होते हैं?
कुछ कुछ डिजीज देखो, इंश्योरेंस एक रिस्क की हेजिंग है. रिस्क मतलब तो मुझे पता नहीं है. अगर पता है तो रिस्क नहीं हो, सर्टेनिटी है. इफ आई नो दैट आई हैव टू कट माई आई हैव टू हैव अ कैटरेक्ट ऑपरेशन, वो तो मुझे पता है ना, वो तो उसमें कोई रिस्क नहीं है. अगर मेरे पास आईज अभी अगर माई आईज आर वेरी गुड, इफ आई बाय इंश्योरेंस नाउ आई एम टेकिंग अ रिस्क. क्या मैं हो सकता है 10 साल 15 साल में मुझे कैटरेक्ट होगा तो मैं खरीद के लगता हूँ. इट्स अ रिस्क हेजिंग. सो कुछ कुछ डिजीज है, कंडीशन है जो एक दिन में नहीं होता है, जो मैनिफेस्ट होने में टाइम लगता है. It can be cardiac, it can be eyes. Every policy has got a schedule of things which don't happen overnight. It takes some time. You need replacements, right? So insurance company, to make sure कि price खराब ना हो जाए, सब कुछ, everyone doesn't get affected badly, they put pre-existing to some disease and conditions, right? जो 1 साल हो सकता है कुछ कुछ डिजीज के लिए, कुछ कुछ डिजीज 2 साल हो सकता है, कुछ कुछ 3 साल भी हो सकता है.
Right.
ये होता है फॉर एवरीवन्स गुड, क्योंकि सबके लिए होता है, ये सबके लिए अच्छा है ये चीज. नहीं तो इंश्योरेंस प्रीमियम बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ जाएंगे
Correct.
और लोग
Correct.
इंश्योरेंस को अब्यूज यूटिलाइज करना शुरू करेंगे. आपको नी रिप्लेसमेंट होंगे, आप जाके इंश्योरेंस खरीद के यू विल पे 10,000 रुपीज एंड चार्ज 3 lakhs. हु विल पे दैट मनी? सो इंश्योरेंस इज अ रिस्क hedging, it's not a certainty.
Wonderfully explained. Thank you, Vinayji, for asking that question. Now I want to take up Ruchika Sharma's question and also Mayur's question. Ruchika's mother is 60-year-old and no pre-existing disease. What must I look at before buying a health insurance for her? And Mayur's question is 34-year-old Mayur needs an insurance for his dad. He is already diabetic and a cardiac patient.
Okay, Ruchika, I think the question is at 60, which one should I buy? I think you should
Yeah.
quickly buy a policy from one of those premier health insurance providers. Uh, who underwrites at the buying stage for sure. So they do a health check, they take everything, they don't just give you. Secondly, please make sure that when you buy someone, don't look at the price for that time. Look the price for the next 8 to 10 years, what will hit you, because some insurance companies price really jumps up at 65 or 70, because if you
Wow.
go in one cover, it will not be easy to port and things at this age. So please make sure you look at 2 to 3 or 5 years, or prices, not the price that you're paying now, because at 59 you might be paying 20,000. The moment you turn 60, they'll ask you for 35,000. You might have to take a decision on that. So that's how you should look at it. The other gentleman who asked the question,
Mayur.
that's the challenge. You are 60 and you have conditions, right? I would also suggest you can approach a Sahi Health Insurance or any of the health insurance companies, but make sure you disclose the risk. It is not that if you have a cardiac challenge or a diabetes, they will not give a policy. But if they give a policy, they should know about it. It is extremely. Otherwise, at the claim stage, you will face a problem. Lot of doctors, lot of agents will give suggestions saying that अब बताइए मत ना, जब होगा देखा जाएगा, वहां पे बोल देंगे डॉक्टर क्योंकि पहले नहीं था. Don't do those things. Because when you are at the hospital, you have to tell your history to the doctor. You will not say कि नहीं पहले ठीक था. You पहले
Correct.
मेडिसिन नहीं खाते थे. You have to tell, and that's when you get caught. You should not do it. You should not hide any information. In case you're not able to find one, you can always approach your banks or your you can approach 24/7 when we are launching it, or any of the groups which might be able to give you based on the conditions. But these are the two options I see when you have critical conditions at a very senior age and wants to have insurance plan.
Wonderfully explained. Thank you. Sean David जी, बहुत दिन हो गए आपको आपके questions देखे हुए. Welcome back to the platform. Sean David has been a regular for Apollo 24/7's Health Hour, and his question is: does no claim bonus really add up to the insured value? And can you please explain a bit more about, if I've not claimed, am I getting any benefit?
No claim bonus has been a it was a romantic term for Indians for long. So claim नहीं लेंगे तो बढ़ जाएगा insurance, and but I think no claim bonus has lost its charm since 2009, because few policies have come which is far more interesting than a no claim bonus. One first of them was Apollo Munich launched that time a product called Optima Restore. नो क्लेम बोनस से क्या होता है, आपका सम इंश्योर्ड बढ़ जाता है, आपको क्लेम नहीं लेंगे तो. बट ऑप्टिमा रेस्टोर केम विद टू बेनिफिट्स, इट्स कॉल्ड रेस्टोर एंड मल्टीप्लायर बेनिफिट्स, जिसमें अगर आप क्लेम नहीं करते हो तो पॉलिसी डबल हो जाता है. तो उसमें 10% 5% का कोई चांस ही नहीं है, डबल हो जाता है. और अगर आपने पूरी क्लेम कर ली तो फिर आपको दोबारा दिया जाता था पूरा कवर. जैसे आपके पास 10 लाख की कवर है, खुदा ना खास्ता कुछ हुआ है और आप हॉस्पिटल में जाके 10 लाख की खर्चोगे. अपोलो म्यूनिक पॉलिसी रेस्टोर जो था वो 10 लाख वापस देता था,
अच्छा.
right? And so those two things actually took नो क्लेम बोनस के बाद थोड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग नहीं रहा. आगे जाके नीवा बूपा has launched a benefit called reassure benefit, which is even more better than Optima Restore, right? Reassure benefits actually will never let your insurance fall short. वो जितनी बार आप एग्जॉस्ट कर लोगे बढ़ जाएंगे. वो दैट सो यू डोंट नीड अ नो क्लेम bonus. It's a fantastic benefit. I think Reassure 2 is now getting launched, as far as I know, from Viva Bupa. I think those are fantastic benefit, and it's very easy to understand and claim. So I would suggest everyone to take a look at that when they buy.
Oh, well. So while we also say some, while we advise, this advice is being given on a larger platform which is not individualized. We understand that people come with different needs, and we're not endorsing any company. Let me, on behalf of Mr. Shaumik Banerjee and on behalf of Apollo 24/7, clear this fact that these are all advices based on a generic advice. Because there are people who have typed कि सर वो fraud insurance company है, ये fraud insurance company है, तो हम किसी का नाम ऐसा नहीं लेना चाहते. This platform is just to give you all general advice. So let me continue,
So,
sir.
just
Here,
to add that
yeah.
just to add that, it's a very good point, Jhansi. Apollo 247 is built on a concept called continuum of care. Uh, all we want to do is to make sure every Indians in this country can manage their healthcare needs start till the end. We don't endorse, neither we push, nor we believe that we should be the only person that anyone should listen. And everything I'm saying is not to do with personal point of view. At the same time, I think this will be best for our users. It's on
Correct.
that lines.
Absolutely, sir. We understand that, and I respect the platform. The more I worked with Apollo 24/7, I understand the kind of nature that the services are provided with. Next question that I want to take up is: can I combine two insurances? Can I buy more than two insurances? Will that help me?
Very good question. I think you should do. Forget about you can or not. You should do. The best hack to get a big cover at a low price is to buy two insurance. I'll tell you how. You buy a short cover from someone you love the most. It can be your company, it can be your parents, it can be an insurance company, which will cover you for the first 5 or 10 lakhs, which is a flat. You take it at a very young age, take it at 18 years of age or 20 years of age, where that policy will cover all your elements, old policy. No one can make it a 5 lakh, 10 lakh cover. But you as a family would need a 1 crore or 50 lakhs, right? A liver, so for example, if you have a cardiac problem, 10, 15 lakh is nothing. If you have a liver challenge or a kidney challenge, it's about a 70, 80 lakhs, 1 crore. If you have a lungs challenge, it goes to very high. Cancer is a very high. You need a big cover. So what I should do, what I would suggest is you should buy two covers. One small 8 to 10 lakh cover from an insurance company. Then go and buy a sort of a high deductible plan. Sometimes people also call them as top up, but it's a high deductible plan, which means this insurance policy can also stay on its own. You don't need a smaller cover. The first 8 lakhs or first 5 lakhs or first 3 lakhs has to be paid by you or your insurer. The rest of it will be paid by the insurance company, and it comes at a very cheap price. So let me tell you. So, for example, if someone has a 3 lakh cover from his employer, you are working in a
Acha?
corporate in the world, and suppose you get from your office 3 lakh cover or a 5 lakh cover. Is it sufficient? No, it's not sufficient. But you always think your office to have दोबारा क्यों खरीदूं? My suggestion is keep a high deductible plan. Take a take a 15 lakh plan with a first 3 lakh deductible. That 3 lakh your office can pay or you can pay or whatever. But if something bad happens, you are covered for 15 lakhs only for 2,000 rupees or 1,500 rupees. So at a 1,500 rupees, you can make a 3 lakh plan of 15 lakh. By paying 2,000 rupees, you can make a 5 lakh plan or 1 crore plan. Because here the risks are divided. It's the easiest way, and that's the way that people should buy. They should buy two plans always. Maybe one for individuals and then one for the family as a floater, or because in family everyone will not need 1 crore, right? So you can buy a floater, but individual you have for everyone. So you have to plan out in a way that works best for you. And and I would suggest that everyone should buy two plans. It's not that it's a good thing. It's a good thing to buy two
Yes.
plans.
Thanks for throwing light there. I will come back to the hacks that you were suggesting earlier, and then I will combine the questions because I would want to ask more about floaters and top ups and how do we pick and choose individually. Here's a question from Puneet Sharma. We are planning a baby in the next 2 3 years. How do I go ahead with planning my insurance? Maternity is something that one needs to understand that it is not always included in every insurance policy.
A good question. 50% of Indian hospitalization happens for maternity. It's a very important
Correct.
benefit, and but it needs to be. It's a certainty, right? It's not a risk. It's a chosen thing. So, but having said that, I think now many of the premier insurance companies and Sahis, and mostly the Sahis, they all have a maternity cover. It generally comes with a 3 years waiting period, 3 to 4 years waiting period, and it also has a sublimit. For example, you can claim up to certain amount for a maternity, but
Okay.
yeah, you cannot go and stay in a. You can just go on spending a lot of money, but it ensures the basic requirements that you have, right? Because in India now, a C-section maternity would actually cost you between 50 70,000 rupees, and a normal delivery would cost you about 30,000 rupees. So that is covered with a 3 to 4 years waiting period.
Right. So I have less than 5 minutes to go and three more questions to do. Quick answers expecting from you. So I cannot afford insurance. So what do I do? This is one larger population's question. So quickly, any tips there?
You join Apollo 24/7 and talk to us, we'll help you.
Wow, so sweet. Thank you. And we're looking
But,
forward to see.
jokes apart, uh, it is not about affordability, it's about prioritization. So this person might feel that insurance is not as important as buying a mobile phone today, or not as
Mhm.
important as buying the branded shoe today, right?
Gee,
But it's a matter
yes.
of prioritization. I don't think anyone in this country who is on this platform would not have 5,000 rupees a year.
Correct.
It's
Correct.
just a matter
Correct.
of importance. I believe, gentlemen, I believe, sir, everyone, insurance is a very, very important tool to have a good life because, 15 days or 5 days in a hospital can take a lot of effect on your financial, well-being. So it is a matter of prioritization.
So Rishi's question to its last part one question: can I claim health insurance after a month after hospitalization?
It's preferable to keep the hospitals informed. So, for example, if you want to claim reimbursement, make sure you at least send a mail to the insurance company that this is my patient, this is the policy number, and he or she is going to the hospital. Insurance company also understands sometimes it's emergency, it's accident, you don't have time, but do it as soon as you get stabilized. So, in 1 day, 2 days, you can always go and claim later, but intimation to the hospital is very important. Make sure you
Correct.
intimate the hospital at the earliest.
Correct. So Ruchika
Intimate
is
the
asking
insurance
which
company. Intimate the insurance company, not the hospital.
or the hospital. All right, I noted, sir. Ruchika is asking, would a health insurance cover disease X in case of a second pandemic?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, great, thank you.
Absolutely, yes.
La-
Hopefully, none
yeah,
of this
and
never comes, but
so
we're tired of
let's
that.
hope.
But yeah,
Yeah. Gurumurthy ji, last question ले रहे हैं हम आज आपका. Which insurance covers a baclofen pump implantation to control spasticity? I would want to buy. Can you please suggest me something?
it's very tough question because I don't know the full medical conditions. All insurance companies or all insurance policy would be covering it. I do not know exactly what, but it depends on when you are underwriting, what is your medical state. Second, if you already had a requirement for this, I believe no insurance company will be able to offer because it's a certainty, it's not a risk anymore.
Great. So I keep saying my last question, Mr. Shamik, but please pardon me. One more last question. Yeah, Hardik here. And what is the difference between a health insurance and a Mediclaim? I understand that it's a simple question, but because he's
It's a very good
asked.
question. It's a very good
Yeah.
question. Mediclaim is a brand. Mediclaim was the name of the health insurance product by the four PSUs, the four public sector companies, National, New India, Oriental, and so they named the health insurance as Mediclaim. It's a brand name.
Oh,
It's like
acha.
Surf. It's like Surf. It's generic to health insurance, but Surf is a brand name of detergent, right? It's not detergent itself. So Mediclaim is a brand name.
Great. Thanks, Hardik, for asking, and thank you, Mr. Shamik, for answering. And that was my last question from the audience. And now you've been mentioning that you're going to give me hacks of how to choose insurance and how to boost my insurance. So I want you to give me top tips of everything around health insurance. Here's your time for top tips.
Uh, I think one I've already shared that everyone should have two policies, not one. And make sure you plan it out in terms of how your family structure is. It can be a short, regular cover from someone for individuals in the family, and then take a floater for the family of very high cover. It'll come at a very nominal price. That's the way you will make sure you'll have adequate cover at a substantially low spend. You will not find these top-up plans or high deductible plans being pushed or sold mostly by the insurance intermediaries because they're not interested much because the commission is less there. But this is a very, very good policy for anyone who wants to have a large cover. That's one of the hack. The second hack is I believe I see a lot of people at 25, 26, 27. They believe that why should I pay 15,000 rupees for a 10 lakh cover at this age? I will not have anything. Come to 24/7. You are all 24/7 viewers, you're all 24/7 users. We have something for you. Come on Friday. We will show the path. If you want to get started, with a health insurance, we will enable you to make sure that you get the best of the benefits for insurance, best of the benefits for Apollo 24/7 at a substantially good price so that it makes your life simple. So we are in the process of launching that over this weekend. This will have a program which will have insurance and Apollo 247 services built together with each other. This will enable you to save substantial amount of money that you generally pay for insurance premium.
Great. Thank you so much, Shamik ji, because I have never seen such a comprehensive advice on health insurance. Being a platform which has experts from all fields, being a medical, specialist from the medical field, nobody has talked about insurance this clearly till now. I've watched many interviews and interviewed many specialists, but this was a really comprehensive one. And a lot of people are complimenting you on today's session. डेफिनेटली मिस्टर कश्यप एंड कृष्ण नारायण मोहम्मद आजम आपके सर को मैंने आपके विशेस दे दिए हैं दे लव द सेशन यस
So much pleasure.
थैंक यू एंड आई एम वेटिंग फॉर फ्राइडे कि आप क्या लॉन्च करने वाले हैं आई एम गोइंग टू
Fingers
सेट ऑल
crossed.
माय आईज yeah fingers crossed I'm waiting and looking forward I have marked my calendar in the meanwhile and I'm waiting and I would love to come back and see how it's going to help our people. I would want you to come back on this platform to explain more once you have set up everything and whenever you think it's the right time.
Fine.
Yeah. Thank you
Fine.
so much, Mr. Shamik, for today.
We'll create a platform for our viewers to make sure they can be confident to take their own decision. They don't have to depend on others for insurance. I think that's the big change we want to bring in, where people should be confident that they're taking the right decision.
Correct. Exactly. And that's a great help as well. Because once you enable them, they'll be able to take a decision wisely. Thank you so much, Mr. Shamik, for being with us on
You.
this Sunday morning. Looking forward for Friday.
Thank you
All the
so much.
best to you.
Really enjoyed. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So quickly, let's finish our quiz session so that you can win prizes from Apollo 24/7. And also, I'm going to announce you gift vouchers that you can use on Apollo 24/7 as well. You know how to participate. Most of you know if you're new to the Health Hour program. I'm going to ask you 3 questions here, and you are watching this on Facebook or Instagram. Please hop on to YouTube chat and type your answers there so that I can pick the winner. The winner's name will be announced towards the end of the show, and if you're selected, of course, the winners are selected at the sole discretion of Apollo 24/7 team. If I take your name to be the winner, you have to write back to us with all your contact details at marketing@apollo247.com and gift vouchers, health credits will be shared with you. चलिए आज के 3 questions मैं पूछ लेती हूँ on the screen. Here are the questions. The first one is a very simple question. Fill in the blanks. Health. The word is IN blank U blank ANC blank. It's a very simple word. We've been talking about it today. Health, IN, and the rest are blanks, is essential for financial security during medical emergencies. Please fill in the blank there. Question number 2, yes or no में answer कीजिए. You can have more than one health insurance policy. Yes or no? Question number 3, true or false में answer कीजिए. The ideal time to purchase health insurance is in your 40s. The ideal time to purchase health insurance is in your 40s. Is that true or false? Wow, I see a lot of people have started answering. Raksha Krishna Narayan, Maskeen Jot Singh, Sean David, Chinmay Jha, Sarah Datta. Oh my God, a lot of new participants today. I'm waiting for your answers. I'm waiting for the winners to be selected by the team as well. Chaliye. In the meanwhile, I'm going to give you the health coupons that you can download Apollo 24/7 app and use it on Apollo 24/7. The first one that we give is Ask Doc 150, ASKDOC 150. You consult top doctors direct from Apollo hospitals and get 150 rupees cash back on online doctor consultation. And the second one is first 3 FIRST3, you order medicines direct from Apollo and get 25% off on online medicine orders. There are terms and conditions which you can read. And you know that once you order medicines from Apollo 24/7, you also get a 2-hour delivery too. That's an added bonus there. Health our viewers, here's an exclusive coupon that you can use on Apollo 24/7 in addition to the other coupons that we share. The coupon code is HH247. You get $199 off on online consultation with Apollo doctors and up to 20% off on medicine orders as well. So, chaliye, I'm waiting for our winners. In the meanwhile, let me tell you that Apollo 24/7 can be accessed on WhatsApp as well, 9355 Save the number and avail healthcare services. Just like आप सबको WhatsApp कैसे use करना पता है, that's the most easiest way to access Apollo 24/7. आज के winners के नाम है गीतांजलि, रक्षक AR and Bantesh Kashyap. Gitanjali, Rakshak and Kashyap, congratulations. Please write back to us at marketing@apollo247.com and with all the details, claim your health credits. Next week, 15th of October, 11 a.m., we are going to talk about snoring. हम बात करने वाले हैं खर्राटों के बारे में, क्यों होता है, कैसे इनको संभाला जाता है, what are the problems that are causing the snoring and how do we help you. So how to stop snoring is the topic. So join us next Sunday, 15th October. And thank you all. I am overwhelmed with the kind of response that you've given today. Very important and valid questions that you've asked. Looking forward to seeing you all next Sunday. Namaskar.